Hello, my Jason O. Welcome to my anime review for Tiger Mask W. And so next week is New Japan Pro Wrestling's annual event on January 4th every year in Wrestle Kingdom 12. Very excited for that show as a wrestling fan. Great card coming out, especially the heavyweight card for the last couple matches with Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, of course, for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, and you have the IWGP Intercontinental Championship being defended by Hiroshi Tanahashi against returning Jay White, and finally the main event, Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion versus Tetsuya Naito, the G1 Climax winner. And so very excited for that card on Wrestle Kingdom 12. But last year's Wrestle Kingdom 11, we saw the debut of Tiger Mask W as a wrestler. I believe it was Wrestle Kingdom 11 of that year. And Kota Ibushi, who is wrestling in this card coming up for Wrestle Kingdom 12. He's wrestling Cody Rhodes, I should say. Kota Ibushi wrestled last year in Wrestle Kingdom 11 as Tiger Mask W, the actual anime character here that it's based off of. He had previous matches as well at King of Pro Wrestling against Red Death Mask, another anime character played by Juice Robinson, who is an actual wrestler. And he also have Tiger the Dark, who Kota Ibushi faced off against at Wrestle Kingdom 11, who was played by ACH. And so pretty good matches, pretty interesting matches as well. You know, the wrestlers did a good job at incorporating their stuff, their style with the anime style as well, especially ACH. ACH did a really good job in that Wrestle Kingdom match, implementing, you know, the Darkness Driver, all the Tiger the Dark moves. And Kota Ibushi, he had the Tiger Suplex, of course, very much a staple of the Tiger Mask character, from other Tiger Masks, over the years, I think 4, total, with the 4th Tiger Mask, still kind of wrestling, a bit here and there. He was in the Best of Super Juniors, this past year. Of course, Tiger Mask 2 is probably the most well-known, played by Mitsuhara Misawa, one of the best wrestlers of all time, arguably. Also the OG Tiger Mask, of course. And the previous anime adaptation was done before, back in 1969 to 1971. So the Tiger Mask W, with that big intro out of the way, this serves as a spiritual sequel of sorts. We have the titular character of Tiger Mask kind of involved in this series, but he more plays a very older role. And they do kind of keep the continuity a bit with some of the characters of the original Tiger Mask, but still, you don't really need to have any knowledge of the original Tiger Mask series to enjoy Tiger Mask W. It's a little story, or the whole concept from the first episode that you get is that two young men, Naoto Azuma, who is our main character, who plays Tiger Mask W, and Takuma Fuji, they seek revenge on Global Wrestling Monopoly, GWM, for their acronym, against this wrestler named Yellow Devil, who takes out, Naoto's I guess manager slash father figure of sorts, and Takuma's father, and Naoto Date. And so Naoto, he trains under Kentaro Takaoka and becomes Tiger Mask, while Takuma trains under Tiger's Den for Mr. X. And so we have these two sort of parallel stories going on together, with Naoto as Tiger Mask, wrestling for both GWM and New Japan Pro Wrestling, while Tiger the Dark and Takuma, he wrestles under GWM, sort of taking it on the inside to try to get more information about Yellow Devil. And so they're both sort of motivated by revenge to take out Yellow Devil for revenge for either their master or their father. And so those stories combine. It really starts picking up by episode 18, further on, till we actually get more concrete things going on about, Yellow Devil, one of these other big characters, like the Third, as well, the GWM heavyweight champion. And so lots more of at least the beginning parts of the anime, it just serves as backstory and just building up more shonen type of things. Really building up the characters, really building up the world around here. Because I would say, if you're a wrestling fan, using wrestling lingo, 99% of this anime is in kayfabe. There's no insider terms being used too much. Some behind the scenes things where Haruna, Naoto's manager, those kind of moments with her, that's when kayfabe's kind of broken. But for the most part, all the wrestlers are in kayfabe. The moves are legitimately hurt, and they are real. No one's holding back their attacks. And so lots of stiff things going on with the power bombs. People like get knocked out from a power bomb or a suplex, even a brain buster as well. And so the action is really well done here. And that's the only real thing you can really grasp on for this series. The story is pretty iffy here and there. It's just more of a slice of life for the most part, and those are the really those are the things that stand out for me anyway, because the story itself, I don't really into as a story. It's a very simple revenge plot for Tiger Mask, and the little things are what I really cling on for this series, especially the cameos that are here, because there are some New Japan wrestlers that are cameos. They don't voice their own characters. Only 2 wrestlers actually voice themselves, and that's Kota Ibushi, which he probably should since he's playing the character. And Togi Makabe, which I'm not sure why Makabe got to voice himself. He's the only one that got to do that because he has time. With everyone else, being too busy, Tanahashi and Okada, them be on the top of the car, probably don't have much time to go into the voice actor booth to actually voice their own characters. You have other cameos like Naito. Evil gets a cameo, but he doesn't really talk that much. There's lots of other cameos where people don't actually talk. Kenny Omega, and only 2 members of the Bullet Club, and Battle Like Fale and Tama Tonga. No Young Bucks, no Tonga Roa, no the Guerrillas of Destiny, not even Yujiro Takahashi, disappointingly enough. Probably PG show there, so maybe that's why Yujiro isn't on this anime here. And that's pretty much it for the cameos. Yuji Nagata has a cameo, but he plays an executive role. Sometimes as a wrestler as well, but he's more of an executive for New Japan. And Gedo is there as well. So those are your cameos there from New Japan wrestlers. And so those moments are what I cling on to the most, because I just love seeing these characters in their kayfabe form. Okada. He's a super mega babyface, but still the way his promos are presented in kayfabe, they are just him making it rain and just, being more arrogant about being the best. And Tanahashi, him being the ace of New Japan, just really hyping that up as well. Naito, half of his lines are just tranquilo, asenayo. That's really it for his lines for the most part, but it's still really hilarious, and it's just those little moments are really what I cling to on for this series. And with those little things, I would say episode 17 is probably my favorite episode of the series, just because of those only the kayfabe of the characters, because the Bullet Club, is supposed to be a heel faction, and they play up the heelness in that episode there with Kenny, Fale, and Tama Tonga, is eating sweets all over town because Togi Makabe, he loves sweets, and just him, Hanma, and Tiger Mask going around town, even Haruna as well, trying to get the new sweets. But Kenny and the others, they're always thwarting Makabe, trying to get him off his game for their upcoming match. And so it's so dumb, but it's so hilarious at the same time, just seeing these wrestlers in their kayfabe forms, just acting not how real people would act, to say the least, which is sort of like wrestling in a sense as well. Wrestling is these larger-than-life characters, sometimes in a grand sort of sense, like an Okada, but sometimes in a hilarious sort of sense, like a Toru Yano, who I'm disappointed that he only got like 1 episode and he doesn't have any lines, doesn't do his Yano things as well. Again, it's more of a PG type of show, but even then, Yano's stuff is like PG-13, and so it's not really that crazy to do that, but they missed their opportunity there for Yano. And so for a rating for Tiger Mask W, I'm going to do the series a C+ for anime. However, as a wrestling fan, not only just a New Japan fan, but just a wrestling fan in general, I would give this series a B rating just because of the little things that are going on. The action is really well done. The action animation director is Junichi Hayama, and the director of the series is Toshiaki Komura, who's directed some episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and also Ultimate Muscle, the reboots, sort of sequel reboots of Kinnikuman Man, which is another great wrestling anime. I put Tiger Mask W as a sort of modern day version of a really good wrestling anime. Obviously, Kinnikuman Man is a really good wrestling anime in general, but for a modern day audience, I would say Tiger Mask W is a good substitute for that if you can't get your hands on Kinnikuman Man or Ultimate Muscle. But those are really good as well. Again, the story, the script is written by Katsuhiko Chiba, who's done work on Inuyasha, Shaman King, and Gundam Wing. However, the script doesn't really lend itself too well for the story. Just your basic revenge plot in a sense there. There's some really good little moments here and there, especially with the manager Haruna and her story as well. the one act notes of the main titular characters in Naoto Azuma, Tiger Mask, and Takuma Fuji, and Tiger the Dark, pretty one-note characters for the most part. You kind of get the gist of their characters. I was like, her character develops the most as the series goes along. And of course, your wrestler cameos as well. Just very simple lines of more of their kayfabe characters, nothing really much going on, but still just those little moments really make it well worth it as a New Japan fan. And so what are your thoughts on Tiger Mask W, and are you excited for Wrestle Kingdom 12? If it's already happened, what did you think of Wrestle Kingdom 12? If you already watched it by the time this video comes out, put your thoughts on all that in the comment section down below. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Really appreciate all that. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Thank you for watching my anime review for Tiger Mask W. Hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.